Hi and welcome to Joe's Camera. This is the final of the monthly judgments or critique of the Kgalagadi Wildlife Photographic Competition, the month of August 2021. The critique and the judgment is towards the end of the video, and just before we start, a couple of announcements. Please take note of our online tutoring and mentoring products that is available on our websites, the Kgalagadi Photography website and the Joe Ladegan website, www, as well as the new membership level that we've got on Joe's Camera. We've created a membership level for 39 Rand a month, and what the members get is they get additional perks and benefits from the other subscribers. Not that we don't feel anything for the subscribers, but the members will have more interaction and so on. So we'll do the critique video, for instance, for the general public or the subscribers or the viewers, and then we'll go into a bit more detail and present a bit of a tutoring and mentoring with the membership video that will be done for members only, available on the playlist for members only on Joe's Camera. So we'll upload this video most probably in 3 days from now. So by the 5th or the 7th, it should be up, the August finalists. And directly after that, towards the mid of September, towards the 10th of September, we're going to try and upload the final tutoring or the final selection of the 2021 Kgalagadi Photographic Wildlife Competition. The invites, just so the selection of the finalists will be done in the mid of September, and we will do the invites for the top 6 photographers to join us on an all-inclusive weekend on the Kgalagadi Lodge on the 8th, 9th and 10th of October of this year. The prizes are all on the website, so go to the website kgalagadiphotography.com to see all the prizes, and remember there's some new prizes for the next year's competition that will launch directly after the selection of the finalists. Let's jump into the images that we've received. I think we've received around 170 images, and let's go quickly through. I've got the whole lot of them down here. We'll scroll through them, and then I've got a folder that says first round, just because we had so many entries, and then the finalists of the month of August. Interesting selection of images that Altus Basson entered. He's framed it very artistically with quite a thickish mount board, a white mount board, and added his name to the bottom. Of course, this does a hell of a lot to an image, and it creates almost framed or postcard-like image. Even an image like this, clear, minimalistic, and it is framed very nice. So these are the images of Altus Basson, and specifically I want to look at this black and white, which is a beautiful black and white rendition, and an example of what black and white can do to wildlife photography. The talk here, or the critique here, is you can see this very clear levels. You got the 3 thorn in focus, and that 3 branches are the out of focus, so it gives you depth. You got the in focus branches over here, and then less in focus towards the back, and even further back, you got a more distorted background. So it gives you, although it's black and white, it gives you a depth. The discussion here is the leopard has got this droopy eyes. We know this leopard, it's got a droopy eye, and it's not really that action-like, and it doesn't look like it's quite a were cat, so it gives it a bit of a sleepy atmosphere, and it detracts somewhat of a typical aware, wide-eyed leopard portrait. The branch that goes just above the eye is a matter of discussion. It could be seen as the leopard hiding behind the branch, and on the negative, it looks like it detracts, or it goes right across the main subject of this image, which is the leopard. So it depends how one interprets it. If you don't look at the leopard, it does detract from it. But if you look at the picture in totality, it is not that bad. Anton Lagrange has entered these images over here. Arjan Esendal a list of images here. You've got this cheetah running at full speed, and of course, if there was a springbok full speed in front of it, it would have added another 5 out of 10 points to the image because it's got this environment at the back as well. A bit distracting, this bush over here. This image shows that it's actually playing and not hunting. Bram Holland, one of our regular entrants, has entered these ones. Landscape, the dove. Karel Stander, and here I get to one of the first outstanding, standing out from the rest. If you look at this black and white rendition, you got the foreground that's dark in a line, and then you got this line over here walking through. So you got level 1, level 2 that the line is standing in, level 3 which is the light, the horizon that's light, and then you got another dark stroke at the top here with the odd cloud just ever so slightly on top. So a beautiful black and white image. This is typical Kgalagadi, so you can see it's Kgalagadi, and it's a very. He sent in the other as well. That's Karel Stander, and there's Carla Stander. I think it should be Karel's wife, but Karel sent in beautiful black and whites. Even this is an artistic rendition. It's beautiful, and it'll look very well on a wall as a collection. Even this one, the composition is very well done. Carla Stander has entered that one, and it's the only one. And yeah, so it's Karel and Carla that's entered that one. Suzanne Engelbrecht has entered these portraits. And if there was a collective prize for the best portraits of the month, I would have given it to Suzanne, because if you look at the backgrounds of these three, it looks almost studio-like. It looks like there's a spotlight at the back, absolutely no distraction in the background, with full attention of this pup. And also look at this halo around the back of the cheetah that accentuates the head and the profile of the cheetah with beautiful, soft, saturated colors. Cliff Tureen has entered these images over here, but the quality is not judgeable in most of them. Even this one, you can see this is a mistake if you look at how bad it's been distorted because of the compression. So make sure that you guys actually get that right. We'll give you some advice on that somewhere, either in the video or just after this on Facebook. Donnell Barty has entered this image. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dana Jansen van Rensburg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a quick look at Dante Parisi. This is the images Dante has entered. I just want to make a quick remark on this camel thorn. If you look at main direction of the image, if you look at the branches, they come in from the left horizontal into the picture in an orderly fashion. So you've got repetitive patterns in the branches, and the saturated colors helps with the composition. And then you got the neck of the giraffe, not the body, but the neck of the giraffe actually copying the direction of the branches, which is outward. So your main flow of your image has got a direction to the right, and it turns its head right into the picture. So if the color and the hue and the saturation and the brightness and the shadows and the levels were correct in this image, I would have liked this quite a lot. You've got a clean, open neck area, a bit of a subject overlap with the colors at the back into the subject over here, but with editing, it would have been much better. This image of Dante, to me, is one of the better ones that we've received from males, because it typifies the male, the quite a well-conditioned male with the two females actually head down, concentrating. So it got that lion stare in it, and it is 100% composed. Unfortunately, the levels and the saturations and the editing can improve this. So what will happen is if an image has been entered and the light is not complied with, because light is the means or the medium of a photographer. A winemaker has got one main element, and that's grapes. A winemaker knows more about grapes than anything else, not about the barrel and about the stuff that he puts into the wine, but about the grapes. The grape is the main element that makes the wine, and the same with a chef. The fresh ingredients of a chef is the number one element that makes him create food. A photographer paints with light, and that's what photography actually means, is to draw with light. So the main criteria I would look at is light, and especially in the Kgalagadi, where light is such an accentuated element, you can't get better light than in the Kgalagadi. Even if it's overcast, the light is gorgeous. Always sunlight, and so on. So the main criteria of the image should be that the light is correctly reproduced or used to its benefit. Dante's image over here, I've just put a circle around the head. I've just lifted the levels a bit because the levels are not correct, and put a circle around the head, increased the light and removed the shadows, and it brings out the eyes immediately yellow, and it accentuates that image that goes straight into the line, and then it goes out to the female. So a typical image that should be one of the real finalists if the light was captured correctly. Then Dominique Maria has entered these images over here, round one up to there, and what Dominique understands the composition of this image, and by the fact that she's actually vignetting this image, look how darkened the edges of the images, and it immediately draws your eye into this picture much more than without that. And she's done it with all her images, and it's a signature of hers, and it just accentuates the image. This image is a typical one over here where she's taken the distraction towards the top there, and she's reduced the distraction with a contrast by putting in some shade or shadow or some vignetting more so in the right top corner, so that it focuses your eye on this bee and the flower that would have got lost if that was not done. And here's the exceptional image of Dominique. This ticks all the boxes from wildlife to fine art to almost dew tone. This beam of light in the same direction as if a light out of heaven shining straight onto this Cory bustard, and it accentuates and highlights the drops that either rains or it's been thrown off in. So quite don't know what this is all about, but if you look at the composition, the dark corners left and to the top, which creates a flow, a direction either outwards or downwards from the right to the left, absolutely accentuating this bird. This image of Edmund, of the camel thorn tree and the giraffes stands out, and it stands out because the giraffes, they give dimension to the size of the tree and also the size of the sociable weaver's nest, which is so typical Kgalagadi. It stands on the edge, so it's got clean horizon. It shows you the sand of the Kgalagadi. It's a typical Kgalagadi scene, and it's got the the giraffes in there. So a beautiful image of Edmund Albert. Ilana Hanakova has sent in this image all the way to here. Emil Wessels, that one, and this one. Estelle McWilliam, this black and white. Ferdy Jacobs is sending this image, and from a behavioral point of view, it's great because it shows the success of the caracal at the water holes, and it's actually succeeding. It got one, but you can see that it happened so fast that the horizon is skew and the light is not correct. So from a photographic point of view, It doesn't tick the boxes, but from an interest point of view, it very definitely tick all the boxes. Francois Haroff is sending that one to here, and to me, this one stands out of Francois Haroff. It's an absolutely beautiful picture of the Kgalagadi, and look at that out of focus background. It puts all the attention on the branches, and very well composed rodent, and one of the better ones we've received. Frans Lombard, one of last year's finalists, sending from this line over here to this line over here, and without a doubt the attention goes straight to this female line, almost praying towards the heavens with a closed eye, and look at the soft colors of the foreground, and about the only thing that's in focus is the line, the silhouette of the line, and that three thorn that you see behind the line over there. A fantastic line. One can argue that you can maybe crop it over on this side here so that it complies with the rule of thirds, but here it complies with composition as color. It complies with a whole lot of other things, texture and so on. But only thing that's in focus, like I say, is the line and the three thorn over here, and this is the center of attraction. The other images of Frans Lombard. Here's Gio Jooste, our other finalist of the previous year's competition. And in Gio's images, these lines over here are standing out. I don't think I've mentioned it over here. Once again, I think there was a contrast or a HDR type of effect on here, if you can look at the back here. And there's a bit of a color problem on the shadow side. I saw if you push the shade a bit or the shadows a bit, then the colors in the eyes actually pop out to a more realistic. Gerard Tron, our artistic guy. This is a sellable image. Giraffe, one of the favorite animals of the foreign visitors to the Kgalagadi, and an artistic rendition of that, and it will be a good seller. Another good one of Gerard. The light compares with the light that you find over there. And a beautiful leopard. Very peaceful, relaxing. Not often that you see a leopard as relaxed. Very smooth backdrop with a camel thorn and the camel thorn branches that identifies one of the Kgalagadi. Goni Mayberg, another one of our regular entrants. An interesting landscape. And another veldmice. Hugh Mixler, our landscape guy, without a doubt, and this one of Gio stands out for me. If you look at the two camel thorns, only two camel thorns, and the dust is actually hiding the other camel thorns, so it's very clear this is the subject matter. And then look at the colors, the pink colors in that clouds, very low down, almost touching the camel thorn trees. Ilno, once again with the beautiful line. Jan van Zyl has sent some fantastic, clean portraits. If you look at the group of images that he's got over there, absolutely smooth, clean backdrops. I'm just quickly going to go show you the leopard. Johan Mokker, another hardened Kgalagadi lover. This one stands out. Look at how it enters from the right-hand corner into the image. Beautiful yawn showing the teeth and the rough skin of the tongue. Flies frozen, and then a beautiful halo around the main subject, the line, and then the darkened sides almost vignetting, and a beautiful image. Johan Visser, his row of images. John Stone has sent two images, and both of them I quite love. This is dry Kgalagadi still in the first rains. It's not green yet. Look at the paddabos, one of the hardy paddabosses that survive almost the longest in the drought, and the first rains. And also what we've got is the Gemsbok, the Kgalagadi Gemsbok Park, the icon of the Kgalagadi Gemsbok Park, One keep on forgetting that the South African side is called the Kgalagadi Park and not the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. That is the joint parks. It's a pity that Kgalagadi Park is not used anymore. Another beautiful portrait. Actually love it, and it stares right through the camera, and closer you cannot get. Some more beautiful images of Judy, and this one stands out, almost behaving like an adult lion, crawling over the dunes. Look at the smooth dunes, just small tracks over there, open, and better you can't get. It's good that Kina Uber is sending the image of the Bushman, which is part of the Kalahari. Louise Victor has got it right to actually got the moment of impact. See how that cheetah is going for the throat. It hasn't even clamped down yet on the throat. Springbok just fell down. And a beautiful captured action image of the cheetah. Mary Jane Sesto, one of our regular entrants. A beautiful image, and this one stands out, this portrait of the cheetah. Michelle Slater is sending this two images of the giraffe. This is a typical portrayal of a scene of the Kalahari. Look at the jackal around the waterhole, the gemsbok, the icon, and then the giraffes that's been reintroduced later into the Kalahari. Beautiful, and as is this one, and it's going to be a very difficult decision to choose between that two. Pure Pete Boyens, beautiful reflection, and the best one we've received so far. Look at that almost copy of the real one. And Peter de Villiers is sending this absolute fantastic image of the camel thorn tree on the way to Rapids, or the Nosop Road. Stanwell Slater is sending this rendition of a gemsbok. Did a silhouette of it, typical Besenbossie, top of the dune, and the silhouette of the gemsbok. And the first round, most of the images that have been through Alters Boson, I'm just quickly or slowly going to stroll down so that you can see who made it through there. And from here, it became very difficult to actually choose the finalists. And I think everyone here should be very proud and could very easily have been in the finalist. And here we got them. Alters Boson, Karel Stander, Dante Parisi, Dominique Maria, Edmund Elmer, Frans Huarhoff, Michelle Slater, John Stone, Johan Mokke, Hugh Mischer, Hugh Jooste, Frans Lombard, and Peter de Villiers. I'm quickly going to go through, say goodbye until the next time, and until we produce the video of the finalists of the annual competition. I'm just quickly going to run through and put some music and show you the finalists of this month.